Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a real giant, John D. Rockefeller Sr.
The name itself basically means wealth, doesn't it?
It really does. We're talking about the richest American, maybe ever.
Okay.
His fortune back in 1913, it was estimated at nearly 3% of the entire U.S. GDP. Just imagine that.
It's staggering. But he's also this figure of, well, intense contradiction.
Exactly, the so-called robber baron on one hand, but then he becomes the father of modern systematic philanthropy. It's quite the paradox.
And that's our mission today, isn't it? To unpack that. We need to look at the sources, understand his early life, figure out how he achieved such incredible success.
And importantly, what lessons, if any, we can actually draw from him today. His achievements, his methods.
Right. Let's dig in.
Okay, so his early life, you mentioned formative influences. It starts with, frankly, a wild backstory. His father, William Sr.
Ah, yes, Devil Bill.
Devil Bill, a traveling con artist, basically. A snake oil salesman type, often gone, often running scams. That sounds like pure chaos for a young boy.
It absolutely was. And maybe that chaos created the need for its opposite, which he found in his mother, Eliza Davison.
Okay, so she was the counterweight.
Definitely. Deeply religious, a devout Baptist. She instilled this powerful sense of discipline. Thrift was huge for her.
She had that saying, right? Willful waste.
Takes woeful want. Exactly. He learned that lesson early and, well, deeply.
You can see it took hold. He starts as a bookkeeper's assistant at just 16. This is 1855.
And he had these goals, apparently, quite early on. Make $100,000 and live to be 100 years old.
He almost made the second one, lived to nearly 98.
He did. But that training his mother gave him, work hard, save your money, and give some away, that was the foundation.
Which leads us straight into Standard Oil.
Yeah.
Co-founded 1870.
And the growth was just explosive. By 1900, you mentioned the scale earlier.
Yeah, controlling around 90% of the country's oil.
How?
What was the key? What did he actually do?
Efficiency and control. Ruthless efficiency. It wasn't just about drilling oil, it was about mastering the entire system.
Vertical integration, right? Owning everything.
Everything. The refineries, the pipelines, the transport, even the timber forests to make the barrels. Think about this. Competitors were just dumping maybe 40% of crude oil as waste.
But Rockefeller.
He saw value there. He turned that waste into byproducts. Things like petroleum jelly, paraffin wax, nothing wasted.
And the barrel example really drives it home. The cost cutting was almost obsessive.
It was, taking barrel costs from $2.50 down to just 96 cents.
Wow.
By making them himself, total control over costs.
That's intense. It's systems thinking applied with like a laser focus.
It is. But that efficiency came with, let's say, controversial tactics, too.
Ah, the robber baron side emerges.
Well, he famously used secret railroad rebates, huge discounts for his massive volume, which let him undercut everyone else.
And his philosophy summed it up. Competition is a sin.
Precisely. He aimed to eliminate it, and he largely succeeded until the Supreme Court stepped in.
1911, the big breakup of Standard Oil.
Into 34 separate companies, many of which, became today's giants. ExxonMobil, Chevron, their ancestors were born then.
Ironically, that breakup apparently made him even richer. But it also sort of forced a shift, didn't it, into his second career?
Yes, the last 40 years of his life. And this is fascinating. He applied the exact same systematic, almost obsessive approach to giving his money away.
So this is where we get modern philanthropy.
In many ways, yes. This is maybe the biggest lesson for us today. He didn't just randomly donate. He created foundations, like the Rockefeller Foundation.
Targeted giving, strategic.
Based on science, based on identifying problems and applying large-scale systematic solutions, just like he did in business.
And the impact was huge. Founding the University of Chicago, Rockefeller University.
Focusing on research, particularly medical research.
And that campaign against hookworm in the American South, that was groundbreaking public health work, wasn't it?
Absolutely instrumental. It showed how targeted strategic philanthropy could tackle massive societal problems. It shifted the whole idea from simple charity to, well, problem solving.
So a complex legacy, building an empire, sometimes brutally, then meticulously giving much of it away.
Definitely complex.
He left us some memorable quotes, too. Reflecting on his life, despite all the fights and controversies, he said this: "My life has been one long, happy holiday, full of work and full of play. I dropped the worry on the way, and God was good to me every day."
A surprisingly serene statement from such a combative figure.
It is, which leads to a final thought for you, our listener.
Rockefeller also believed the growth of a large business is merely a survival of the fittest. So here's the question to ponder. Is that inherent tension, that conflict between groundbreaking innovation and the drive towards monopoly, is that just the inevitable price of achieving world-changing scale?
Or can massive success and, let's say, ethical methods truly coexist without that kind of fierce conflict? Something to think about.